Hey there, hey, this is Jocelyn again with beautiswork. So today we'll actually be cleaning off our GiGi wax warmers. We know that those things over time can collect a bunch of wax on the outside and it can be one sticky job. And so what you need to grab would be some cotton balls, doesn't matter which brand, wherever you find them. A little bit of nail polish, that's what we'll be using to break down the bondage of that wax off the surface of your wax warmer. We'll also need a red cup. Yes, a red cup. But put water in it. You will also need paper towel. We will use this later on, as well as a little special tool that you could possibly use to, get into the little nooks and crannies of the GiGi wax machine. So, this is just one of those little nail clipper type things. I mean, Swiss Army knife type of thing. So yeah, whatever you can find. This is something that I had in my house, so this is something that I will be using, particularly the little knife tool. This is really good for, like I said, getting into like the little corners and grooves of the actual warmer itself to remove the wax from there. Your wax warmer, and then last but not least, we need that sticky wax warmer. Do you guys see this here? Covered in wax. What a mess. Don't ask me what happened, but we're gonna fix it. So you can see I have lint there from a cloth that fell on it. Even the bottom has some wax there from spillage. So she'll be getting the works. All right, enough talking. Let's get to work. Okay, so before we start, little tip. Plug your warmer up and put your setting on low. This will make your job so much easier when the surface of your warmer is warm. It literally will loosen up the wax to make your cleaning so much easier. So let's get started. All right, so as you see here, I have a piece of cardboard to protect the surface of the table. So find yourself something that's going to protect the surface that you're working on from the nail polish remover. Grab your cotton. Make sure you grab a good handful to start off with so that you're not constantly having to, go back and forth in the bag. You want to grab your nail polish remover, and what you'll do, you'll take your cotton ball and you will saturate it. Make sure it is saturated so that it can break down the wax on the surface of your wax warmer. If it's not saturated, you'll be doing a lot more scrubbing and it'll take you longer to clean up your GiGi wax warmer. So I'm just showing here, how much was on the cotton ball. I really should have added more, but you can see the gist of it. You don't want it to be soaking wet to the point where it's running everywhere, which, will happen. That's why the cardboard is there. Make sure you grab a couple of cotton balls, so you'll see me doing that here. Okay, so I'm gonna speed up the video because you guys get the point. Saturate cotton balls. Make sure you put enough aside so you don't have to constantly be going back and forth. Then put the cap securely back on your nail polish remover so you don't knock it over and spill it everywhere. Now we're gonna start to set up our space. Take your saturated cotton ball and start scrubbing away. So you don't have to put too much elbow grease into it, but a good amount so that you can pick up those areas that are really caked on, like the area that you see right there that had the lint mixed into the wax. Yeah, that was probably the toughest part to clean on the wax warmer. All right, so now for this part here, you're gonna take your cotton ball and make sure you loosen up all the wax that's around the control panel, as you see me doing. And then here, I'm starting to scrub around the GiGi logo. I want you to notice something very carefully here. So you see this cotton ball, the pink on it? That is from the logo. That's the print coming up. So be very careful to go around it so that you don't fade your flower from the GiGi logo like I did. So you know, if that doesn't bother you and you just want to get it nice and clean, then by all means, go ahead and, you know, scrub over it. But this is just a warning so that you know that the nail polish remover will fade your GiGi logo and print over time. Okay, so now we're going to work on the side here. So you see here the drippings from the nail polish remover. That's why the cardboard's there. Could you imagine if that got on your table? It would fade it out. So now let's get moving on to the side here. This area was very easy to do, especially with the saturated cotton ball. You can see how quickly the wax comes up. And then this little spot right here, that's from when I had lint on it before and I kind of scraped it up and it kind of scraped the paint on the, not the paint, but it's scraped into the actual material of the warmer. So just be careful when you clean as well not to scrape too deeply because you will have permanent markings from that. So let's saturate the cotton ball again. Put that top on tightly so that you don't spill it. And then let's soak up the rest here. Also, make sure you clean around the edges of your warmer so that it can loosen up the wax there as well, because you don't really want the bottom edges to be still sticky from wax sitting on there. And as you're working, your fingers will get sticky, so you know, use those saturated cotton balls to loosen up the wax off your fingers so that you can work properly, and so you're not also putting wax from your fingers on other areas that you have cleaned already. And while you're at it, you know, why not saturate some more of those cotton balls for, you know, the work that you're going to be doing in a few minutes while your hands are nice and clean. So for the back here, be careful when you get around the plug area. Make sure that your cotton ball isn't too saturated because you don't want the nail polish remover to start to leak inside where the electrical cord is. That could cause damage to your warmer and it won't be safe to use. Alright, so it's looking good. Now, for our handy dandy tool, this is where we will be scraping those little corners to get all that wax out of there. And so, you know, take your time. You know, you don't want to, like I said, dig too deep into the material, but you can see right there how much I got up just from that one little corner. So make sure you do that all in the front area. Collect the little pieces on the cotton so that you can keep the blade clean as well, because that will start to get a little bit sticky over time. As you're working, don't be afraid to move stuff around. You see me moving around the little switch so I can get the wax that's inside the little canal there where the switch moves back and forth. You want to make sure everything is nice and clean. Now take note to the print here at the bottom of the machine, the off, the low, the medium, the high. The saturated cotton ball, do not rub over that too much, or like before, it will loosen up the print. It'll take the color right off, and then you won't be able to see your off button, your low, your medium, or your high. But like I said before, if you don't care about that, then go ahead, honey, scrub right on over it. All right, so just like you clean the bottom of your control panel, you want to do the top as well. You don't want anybody saying, honey, you did a half job. So make sure that whole area is nice and clean. Okay, so now we're going to be working on the top. We see that from us picking it up and putting it down, how there is wax that gets on the top, sticky residue. So we'll be cleaning that too. So make sure you thoroughly clean those edges of your lid as well, because as you place it down on the machine after it's nice and clean, you don't want, the top part of your warmer to, become sticky again just because the lid wasn't, cleaned as well. All right, so as you clean your lid, you'll notice that the finish of it becomes more matte, and that's because of the nail polish remover. You may want to grab some oil at the end to just, bring back that shine of how it used to look. And so now to move on, we're going to clean up our work area, get those nasty cotton balls out the way. And look at her, baby girl Gigi's looking fine. She looks so nice. Almost like new. Ignore some of my little marks that I've, put on her. But she looks good. Look at that. At this point, we're almost done. This is the hardest part. So now we're going to clean the inside. Look at that ooey gooey mess on the inside. All of our warmers look like this. It's totally normal. So we will be attacking this horrible scene here that you can see. So you're gonna grab your nail polish remover again with your cotton balls, because that's how we're going to clean the bottom of the can, just like we did the rest of the warmer. You're also gonna need your little sharp tool again, because the bottom is going to have a lot of wax on it. So besides using the nail polish remover to, dissolve and loosen up the wax, you're going to need that tool to kind of scrape it down as well. So right now I'm just preparing multiple cotton balls just like before, so that I can clean efficiently and I'm not constantly having to, grab more cotton balls and add the nail polish remover. This step right here will cut down your timing when it comes to cleaning. So, make sure you do that so that you can set yourself up for success when it comes to cleaning this warmer. Okay, so it looks scary, but don't be afraid. You're pretty much a pro now. You've already cleaned your machine. So you're gonna do the same thing like you was doing before. Take your cotton ball, make sure you wipe over the whole entire surface. You can see there I have a area where it's really caked on. So using that saturated cotton ball is gonna help to loosen up that spot, and it will start to dissolve and break down. And that little tool that I had, that is the area that I will be scraping away, as you can see, because it's pretty thick. So this can save you a lot of time by using this tool to scrape that away versus, using your seconds, minutes, and hours trying to use that cotton ball to get rid of an area that is pretty much almost impossible. And you can see how effective that is. Look how much is on that blade just from that one scrape. Looking at it from your angle from here, it didn't look like it was, that thick, but you can see that blade, how much is sitting on there. Look at that. That was quick and easy. That's what we want. We don't want to, like I said, be sweating too much while we're cleaning. We have to still, look nice and cute. Yes. What a sticky mess. I know. Whoever said beauty is not work? It's a lot of work. So, take this time to, like you did before, get some of that wax off your fingers. The blade's pretty sticky as well, so use those cotton balls with the nail polish remover on it to take the wax off, just like you see all that settlement there. You're gonna take that right off with that cotton ball, and it will help you to be able to work a little bit better. Look at all of that. It's gross. Look at this. Nice and simple. Nice and simple. You can see there's a good amount of nail polish remover on that cotton ball, but look at that. In one swoop, all of that came off. So you can see how efficient this really is. Now we're gonna start to really work around the can. Right there, I thought that was some wax there. So nope, it's just the flour. So ignore that. So work around the can, get those edges, because when you put your wax can into your warmer, you don't want your edges of the can to be still coated with wax, because after you've cleaned the inside and you put a sticky can right back in there, it kind of defeats the purpose of why you were cleaning your wax warmer in the first place. And if your wax is still slightly warm like mine's, be careful as you're cleaning it not to spill the wax out the can, because then that will be a whole other situation that you have to handle. And so now that the bottom half of that can is nice and clean, now we can slide off the little visor a lot better. If you had tried to do this before cleaning the can, that paper would be stuck on the wax and you would not be able to get it off. And so now you can remove that nice and easy, and you can put that off to the side. And so our can now is pretty much all cleaned up. We just have to finish up the top there. So yeah, start working that cotton ball all around there. Now the print that's on the can, you don't have to worry about that. It's not the same printing material that's on the actual warmer, so you don't have to worry about fading out any of the print on there. And so look at that. Dun dun dun. Hot mess, I know. So we'll be using the same method to clean the inside. At this point, my wax warmer is off, but I'm going to plug it up and I'm going to turn the switch on so that we can loosen up the wax on the inside, because in there, once again, it's very thick, but I don't want to use that tool to start scraping away the inside. And so, you can use the cotton ball, dissolve some of it, but as the inside starts to heat up, you'll be able to really wipe it away. But till then, just clean the area that you can clean on the upper part of the wax warmer and the upper parts of the sides before you start to, touch the bottom. And when you do touch the bottom, as you could see, it is going to be warm, but it's not going to burn you. So make sure, your settings is not on high, keep it on low. And once it's on low, then you'll switch it to off when you start to feel like it's warming up. But you can see here it's safe to, start to use your cotton to wipe up those big clumps of wax that's sitting on the inside. You'll hear it sizzle a little bit. Don't worry. It's just the plate's hot and you're adding a cool liquid onto the inside of it. So that's that noise. But as you can see, I did a few seconds ago adjust my temperature because mine was on high. So I just put it to low. So like I said, it will be a lot easier for you to work on that low setting and not on high, because you do not want to burn yourself. But over time, it does start to heat up. So right here, you'll see me actually turning it off completely. We need the warmer to heat up enough just so that we can get the wax off the bottom. And so if you have a pool of nail polish remover in there, just take a dry cotton ball and soak it up and just work it around. As you can see, it's pretty much all clean. We're just, gonna finish up those edges of the inside to make sure any sticky residue that's in there is off, because once again, the can is nice and clean, so you want the inside to be nice and clean. And while you're doing that, once again, take the wax and the cotton that's stuck on there off your fingers, because we do not want to put those remnants of the wax on the warmer that we just cleaned. We want to try to keep our trails as clean as possible because we don't want to have to backtrack too much. And so the inside there, you can just take a dry cotton ball and just make sure you get everything up. Now the red cup with the water, dip your cotton ball in there. We want to soak up the residue of the nail polish remover from the inside of your warmer. Very important. We do not want to leave nail polish remover residue inside of there because we don't want that burning off and sending fumes, you know, in our work area, and we don't know what that could do to the machine. So that's all nice and clean. Yay. Now look at the bottom. This is the last step, ladies. So be proud of yourself. High five to you, because after this, it's all done. You've pretty much cleaned your wax warmer already. So I'm just going to once again set up my little workstation with the cotton balls. So make sure you do the same. Make sure that you set aside for yourself multiple cotton balls to work with so that you're not going back and forth from the cotton ball bag and pulling this out and saturating that. It's just a waste of time. So like I said earlier, set yourself up for success. Start yourself off right. So just like you see me doing it, you do it as well. Okay, so first things first, get your little tool and scrape away any areas that you see pretty much caked on. This is going to lessen your cleaning time. So as you can see, that little spot there was difficult. I have a couple of little spots around the feet of the warmer that I'm just going to scrape away and loosen up so that the nail polish remover can penetrate a little bit better. And don't worry about the words here on the bottom. That's just a sticker. And as you can see, as I clean over it, it's not dissolving the sticker. It's not fading it. I'm pretty much almost done, as you can see in this picture here. So, don't even worry about it. And so, make sure that you're cleaning the edges once again of the machine so that, when it's sitting down on a surface, it's not going to be, super sticky. And then, around the feet, you want to make sure that you get those areas as well. So you can see me using the tool again to clean around, those edges where it was a little bit more caked on, but then those little bolts that's underneath there, the small little screw right there, you're going to use your tool to get off the wax from that area, as well as the lining of the machine, like the seam area. You can kind of use that thin little blade to kind of scrape away, the wax that's in there as well. Okay, so that's that. Now just take a dry cotton ball and just wipe the bottom. There's going to be like little droplets of nail polish remover and things like that, and it's going to still be wet. So the dry cotton ball will just help to loosen it up. But right here, I did go back in with a moistened cotton ball to clean around the feet. Now we're going to set up our station. I'm putting down this paper because the cardboard is sticky from us cleaning. And I'm going to put our clean warmer on top of there. So when you place the warmer down, you can see that, it has a nice little clean little area it can sit on. Lift it up. Make sure that it's not sticky. You can see mine's is not sticky because it was cleaned well. Look at that. Just gorgeous, honey. Just gorgeous. Look at the size so you can see the view there. So good job, ladies. Pat yourself on the back. You did such a great job. Such a great job. Look at that. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. Hard work pays off. So you can keep being beautiful. But as you can see right here, clean your fingers off because we're touching the machine again. This is just going to be, little cleanup areas. Take your cotton ball and just wipe it around. Any little sticky areas from earlier where your fingers were touching, you're just going to remove that. So look carefully. Remove those little sticky spots. I kind of just wiped the whole area of the machine so that I didn't really have to think about it too much. So you do the same. Now, for the paper towel, you can see that I have here sitting on the side. You're just gonna take that, just a regular paper towel, nothing fancy, rip it in half, because you won't need the whole entire, napkin. Dip it in the water that we used earlier that was in the red cup, and we're just going to wipe down the machine. I unplugged my machine just because it'll be a lot easier, as I pick up the warmer to clean it up. I don't have to worry about, dealing with the cord that's plugged in. But nice and easy, just wipe off your warmer with the towel that has the water on it. We don't want, the nail polish remover that has dried up on there to, sit on, the surface. So we're just gonna clean that up. Make sure to get your can as well, because like we said earlier, we don't want the nail polish remover residue, to be on the inside of the warmer and burning away. So we don't want to, leave it on the can and we place it inside the warmer and it's, doing what we didn't want it to do in the first place. So you can see, everything looks nice and clean. I'm just wiping off the edges there so that we can, pop that can into the warmer. Look at that. It's coming all together. So beautiful. So you can see, it may still be a little bit sticky around the edges, but that's fine. It's wax that's on the top of the can. So take you a paper towel, dip it inside the water again, and we're just gonna wipe. Ooh, see, Gigi got me, losing my grip. But we're gonna use the water. And it fell. See what happens sometimes? It fell and there's a little strip of wax on there that I had to clean up, but yeah, I finished that up. Last step, now take your dry paper towel and just absorb any of the water that's on there. Look at that. Great job, ladies. Great job. Okay, so hopefully your wax warmer is all cleaned up and she's ready to go for more work. And whoever said beauty is not work, because it is. Thank you for tuning in. Now show me some love. Hit the like button down below and make sure you subscribe like I know you will. I'll see you next time. Bye.